This is Optimal Living Daily episode 2305, Overcoming Self-Sabotage, Part 2 by Melani Schweder of abrighterwild.com. And I'm Justin Malik. Happy Sunday. Welcome to OLD. This is where I read articles to you with permission from the authors, but today being a continuation from yesterday, so I'd recommend listening to yesterday's episode first. That's episode 2305. If you're all caught up, let's get right to part 2 and continue optimizing your life. Overcoming Self-Sabotage, Part 2 by Melani Schweder of abrighterwild.com. So what do we do to reconcile these parts of us, the physical and the spiritual, and be able to move forward in life? Number 1, start with forgiveness. Instead of beating yourself up for all of your past failures, give thanks for your brain for watching out for you. Your lizard brain doesn't know any better. It just wants you to survive. Try to forgive yourself for anything and everything you've already done, all the benders, all the bad relationships, all of it, and things you will do in the future. Yes, nobody's perfect. You will self-sabotage again at some point. Send some gratitude to your little lizard brain right now. Breathe into that space. Acknowledge that you were just doing the best you could with the information that you had at the time. Does it feel so much better already just to relax into that place of forgiveness? This provides an energetic spaciousness, some wiggle room, if you will, in which to stretch and breathe. Number 2, acknowledge the benefits of your current situation. As much as you may truly desire something different, there are always benefits to where you currently are. Otherwise, you wouldn't be there. I found that talking about these things and or writing them down is really helpful to better understand why we've been stuck. And there's a little bonus of some backdoor gratitude in this exercise too. I ask my clients to do this one sometimes just to shed some light on why they can't seem to break the cycle of that inertia I talked about. On one side of a piece of paper, write down all the reasons you do wish to change. These will probably come to mind pretty easily. Maybe you wish to have energy to keep up with your kids, or you want a relationship with more freedom, or you want a career that feeds your soul. Now, on the other side of that piece of paper, I want you to write down all of the reasons why you don't wish to change. These are the things that are safe and comfortable about your current life. Maybe you don't have the stress of having to work right now because of your illness, or your marriage provides health insurance or other financial benefits, or your career brings you acknowledgement or some kind of ego boost. Be honest here. This can reveal a lot. Number 3, face your perceived limitations. Sometimes we sabotage our successes because we know deep down that if we got them, more would be expected of us. In order to sustain a healthy relationship, we'd have to be present and put in effort. If we were to heal our chronic illness, we'd have to do more, like get a job, make new friends, etc. In order to get that dream job, we'd have to wear nicer clothes, learn that other language, or move across the country. You get the idea. If you want to live a richer, fuller life, it is going to ask more of you. And honestly, many people just don't want to give more. Choose your top 3 goals and really visualize what it would be like to achieve them. Feel what the energy does in your body as you see yourself with these accomplishments. What fears immediately pop into mind? Do you think you could handle those things? Why or why not? And finally, in the end, ask yourself if your fears outweigh your desires. It's okay to say no, they don't. That's valuable information too. Number 4, bring all the energy on board. Bear with me for a moment as I head into woo-woo land. Universal law shows us that time and space are not what we perceive them to be. They are not linear or contained, meaning your ideal self already exists just on a different vibration from your current self. Additionally, where your attention and intention goes, there the energy flows. You have the power to align yourself with the vibration of your highest and best self. It just takes some effort. After all, we're on Earth School, a very dense plane of existence, and we must continually invest and direct energy towards manifesting our goals. This can take many forms. Some people really love making dream boards. Others like making altars and doing a ritual. Some people really resonate with mantras and affirmations. Others like doing work with Reiki, crystal healing, sound healing, or other ways of moving energy. Ideally, you'd have a combination of several techniques that are tied to forces outside of yourself. Whether you call it God, universe, source, spirit, or something else, this serves as an anchor for this goal to be met that is beyond you, beyond your lizard brain. And number 5, get an accountability buddy. We are powerful creatures, even in these human bodies. We can move a lot of energy, but that doesn't mean we can do it all on our own. If you're stuck deep in a cycle of self-sabotage, it's time to phone a friend. This person would ideally be someone who is able to call you out on your when needed, someone you can count on to identify your patterns and get real with you on where you may be blocking something good from happening. Because often, the signals get crossed in our own heads. We're talking lizard brain versus higher brain, remember? And we can't get an unbiased view of what's happening. Your accountability buddy can be just about anyone you trust to have your best interests at heart. This could be a therapist or counselor, a best friend, a pastor or other spiritual leader, a shaman, a coach, an energy healer, or someone else who has good energy boundaries and can pick up on your inner workings without judgment. Friend, I know that this topic is one that is tough for a lot of us. I think many of us know that we are truly the ones that are holding ourselves back, and that can be incredibly frustrating. It's easy to shift blame to other people or life circumstances, but acknowledging our own inner mechanisms is the first step to healing these unhelpful patterns. Also, in my experience, these limiting beliefs are often attached to past traumas or other energy blocks, so it's a good idea to address these head on, whether you choose to go the traditional psychotherapy route or the holistic energy medicine route, or both. The best thing about all of this is it can be healed. This is simply an energy manifesting as thoughts and behavior patterns, and all energy can be shifted. Will it be easy? Heck no. But honestly, this is the thing that holds you back in all areas of your life, so it's a worthwhile place to direct your attention. Give these exercises a try and see what is revealed to you. You just listened to part 2 of the post titled Overcoming Self-Sabotage by Melani Schweder of abrighterwild.com. Thank you again to Melani. These tips aren't insanely groundbreaking. If you've been listening to the show for a while, you've probably heard a mix of these in some form or another. And in no way does that take away from the importance of this article, but just to confirm how important it is. Accountability, for example, this has come up time and time again on this show, definitely on my brother's show, Optimal Health Daily, probably even Optimal Finance Daily. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if all of our shows have talked about it because it's been proven time and time again to be effective. But it can be difficult to take that first step. One of the purposes of this podcast is to gently nudge you in that direction or to take that first step. If there's any way I can help, I'm always happy to. But just listening to articles like these is often enough to try one tiny little simple change as a baby step, which can then snowball day by day into a habit, something ingrained in your day-to-day life. And that's what I hope today's article could do for you in some form, even if it's just a small dose of positivity. So thank you again to Melani for that little push. Have a great rest of your weekend if you're listening in real time, and I'll see you tomorrow for Minimalist Monday, where your optimal life awaits.